Welcome to CEC Gurukul online lectures. I am Dr. Parveen Sharma. Today in this session, I will speak to you on the topic conflict, causes, types and aspects. Let us discuss what do we mean by conflict, how does it arises, and what can be the types of conflict and what are the aspects of conflict. Look, what is the conflict? The question may sound simple, but as you begin to define and describe the exact conflict, you may change your mind. You simply know that something is wrong and you are in conflict with other person, but not able to describe the true conflict because it sounds simple, but when someone asks you and you try to describe, you try to explain why there is a conflict, what can be the reason, you feel that there is something wrong, but sometimes you are not able to describe because you yourself is not able to know or acknowledge that why it started, who was at fault and what happened and how the situation turned. So you never know from where it started, so you simply do not acknowledge from where the conflict started. One starts experiencing conflicts at a very young age. In childhood, conflicts start with siblings or friends over toys or possessions. As life goes on, the forms of conflicts change as one interacts maybe in personal life or at workplace. So, it is vividly clear that from the very beginning, from the childhood, when a child is very small, starts having conflict maybe with the sibling or maybe with the friends. But as one grows, as one proceeds in the life, the type of conflicts change because sometime from within a child feels that there is a conflict, and as the child grows, as steps outside the home, as starts going to school, as starts playing in the surroundings, sometime with the peers, sometime with the class fellows, the child find that he himself or herself is in a conflict. So the conflict go on changing, the types of conflict go on changing. Sometime one is having conflict in personal life and others time when one grows at a workplace. We will discuss one by one how the person feels conflict in personal life and what are the causes and what are the effects of that kind of conflict in personal life and what happens at workplace, how the situation changes and how one starts having conflict and what are its good or bad effects. No two individuals can think alike and there is definitely a difference in their thought process as well as their understanding. As a learner of psychology, we very well acknowledge that individual differences exist. So, there is a difference in the thinking, attitude, aptitude, liking or disliking of individuals. That's why I am saying that no two individuals can think alike. Suppose there is an idea that we must start this project and you just ask the persons in a group whether do you agree with this idea or not. So it is not certain that everyone in the group may like your idea. So when people disagree, it leads to conflict and fights. Of course, you say that this is the project we want to start, it will be beneficial, but when half of the member or any of the member in a group disagree with your idea, then you may not like when other person disagree with you and at the very moment when the other person disagree with you, it will lead to the conflict and may convert in the fight. Heated arguments, physical abuse, loss of peace and harmony are the results of conflict. Other results, other effects also I will discuss later on, but to begin with, I am sharing with you that when there is disagreement within the group among the members, there is definitely like to start up heated arguments, maybe physical abuse, and what will happen? The members will lose the peace and harmony, because when conflict develops, definitely the peace and harmony will disappear. And conflict arises, then what happens? Friends can turn into enemies, because when you say something and the other person who is your friend disagree with you and conflict arises, that friendship may turn into jealous, and that person who is your friend may turn into enemy. It should be nipped in the beginning. Sometime it happens that in the beginning, when such situation arises, we do not bother. The same thing I spoke to you when we discussed about the class management and school management. For example, you as a teacher is teaching and one of the student complain to you about the other person or the other child, you just ignore and you go on teaching. When you go on ignoring the problem, what happens? The child who is victim or who is having a problem may think that teacher is not bothering, and whatever idea of taking the revenge comes into his or her mind, he or she does, so which is not good. So it means from the very beginning the problem should be taken care of. It should be nipped in the beginning, unless it takes the other shape of war or enmity. It is evident that each person looks at the things in a different perspective and react in a different way. Just now I spoke to you that individual differences exist and no two persons can think alike. So definitely the perspective of looking at the things of different persons will be different, and definitely they will react in a different manner. So no conflict can arise on its own. Definitely the conflict arose, there must be some reason, because we as a learner of psychology also, we know that there is a cause and effect relationship. If something happens, definitely it must have some cause behind it. So no conflict can arise on its own. See, conflict is a normal phenomena of human interactions. It may mean different things to different people. Conflict may mean rivalry, competition, or perception of disagreement in the individuals, as we know that no two individuals think alike and they may look at the things in a different perception, they perceive the things in a different manner. So it means the conflict may mean different things to different person. Sometime if there is a competition in the class or in the organization, it may motivate you or it may turn into jealousy or rivalry. So it depends on your personality, how you perceive the things, how you look at the things. It is your attitude, it is your perception, it is your personality built up. So, and moreover, it depends on situation also. I will discuss with you the situational effects also. It may take place within one person and it can occur between two or more people. How it can happen within one person? When there is a conflict going on in the mind of the person, whether I should do this or that. So, in this manner, the conflict or the confusion or dilemma may go on within the mind of one person, or that kind of conflict or confusion may be happening between two or more people. See, conflict may arise when people have different opinions regarding goals. Suppose for the functioning of the school or functioning of the organization or institution, we set some goals, and people may not agree on the establishment of the goals and the methods or the strategies how to achieve the goal. The people may have different opinions, and that can be a cause of conflict. Sometimes there lies the difference in the interest of the people, and other time methods of working, etc. Sometimes it is verbally expressed when conflict arises, when disagreement with within the group. So, sometimes people express it verbally, and other times it may remain unexpressed, as in avoidance and denial. By the time we know that there is a different traits and type of the personality of the people. Some people are introvert and some are extrovert. So, sometimes the persons who are extrovert, they may express, but the persons who have a such kind of personality, they are not extrovert and they are not able, or they do not want to express the cause of conflict. Then what happens? That feeling remain unexpressed. Sometime that person try to avoid, and sometime denial, and sometime defense mechanism. I'll speak to you about this in detail in further discussion. Sometime simple conflict is over a fact or piece of information. Simple conflict is seldom serious and easily resolved. I spoke to you few seconds back that sometimes we as an adult person, we as a teacher, we as a parent, we just ignore the things, and that ignorance may turn into greater rivalry or enmity. That's why I spoke to you that it is said by the psychologist and the educationists that the problems must be solved in the beginning. So, sometime it is serious and sometime it is not serious and it is easily resolved. In another situation, you think a conflict exists, whereas in reality it does not. See, try to understand this thing. Sometime you say something to a person in a group, and then you come out of that situation. That person whom you said such words may not think bad, but later on internally when you reach your home, you think that person might have felt bad from my words, and that kind of confusion and conflict starts developing in your mind. But whereas in reality it does not exist, and you think that there is a conflict. So, it means we have to find out, we have to go in the deep whether there is a conflict or not. Actually, we do not bother about initial phase, but when individuals voice their differences, conflicts leads to nowhere, they must be resolved. Suppose you are a head and in a meeting you notice or that one member in the meeting use bad words or humiliate the other person who is junior. You do not notice, but that things may develop in the deep enmity. If you had noticed that kind of thing and you have pointed out the person that We must respect each and every person, maybe junior or senior, or same things in the classroom or at a workplace or at the home in day to day life activities or in the community. Then what will happen if we see and if we try to resolve the things in the initial phase, it will not develop into the conflict. But actually we do not bother about the initial phase, and that develops, that can be a cause of development of the conflict, but it must be solved. See in this pic that there is a conflict, and conflict is inevitable when you move in the society, when you interact with the people. Definitely you will say something, you will do something, and it is not certain that everybody will like your ideas. There will be opinions which are differ to you, so that is a kind of positive conflict. So conflict is inevitable. Conflict can be a situation in which a person deliberately tries to come in the way of another person, thus blocking his or her growth. See, people have different kind of personality built up, and we are aware that some people are of sadistic nature. They do not like the growth and development of the other person. So such kind of persons, what they do, they try to block the way of another person because they are of jealous nature and they can't tolerate the progress of another person. So what they do, they deliberately block the way of another person, and what will happen, it will result in the frustrating behavior of the person. Definitely whose way is blocked will definitely feel frustrated, and in frustrated behavior may not be able to behave in a normal manner. See, in this pic, we are seeing that two persons trying to go in the opposite direction. Is it possible? No. So when you have to fulfill the goals of an institution or an organization, if the people try to fulfill the different goals or try to follow the different methods, it will lead you nowhere except the conflicts, and there will be fights and the quarrels. So that is what happening in the community or in the national level or in the international level. So we have to establish the harmony and peace by reaching to some or fulfilling some common goals, because it happens when people try to reach conclusions without having all the information. Sometimes it happens that somebody tells you, and with the half of the information, without having the full information or looking at all the wider perspective of the problem, you just try to reach the conclusion. It's really bad for your personal growth and for the growth of the society, school, community or nation as well. So when you try to reach the conclusion with half information, it will stop your growth and progress. Getting upset over a false conflict is wasted energy, because you keep on thinking on the false conflict, on the false information, and it will just a sheer wastage of your energy and it will take you nowhere. Conflicts involving ego is most damaging to relationship. It arises when there is a clash in personality and ideas. When everyone in a group tries to fulfill his or her ego, then it will definitely damage the relationship. See, in this pic, if there is some project, some idea for the school, for the function or for the organization, if head is putting the idea before every member and some of the members say yes and some of the members say no, then you can do nothing. So, because there is a conflict, and in the state of conflict you can not take the institution at any particular destination or cannot fulfill the goal. So, you have to set some goals which are accepted by everyone. There lies a difference in the likes and dislikes, ideas, needs, wants or goals of everyone, because just now few seconds back I spoke to you that no two person can think alike, and there is a difference in the personality built up of each and everyone. So, there is a difference in the ideas, in the needs. Everybody has a different needs. I spoke to you in some of the lecture by Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Sometimes one person's first needs comes at the 10th number needs of another person. So, it depends on your needs, on your wants, on your goals of everyone. So, conflict arises out of these personal differences. How the conflict arises? Because you have different opinion. When conflicts arise at workplace, it may decrease your productivity. Suppose in an organization you say that this is right, other person say this is wrong, then what will happen? Then it will have a negative effect on the productivity. So, it will decrease the productivity. Then it will bring a stress for the employees, and it will increase the irresponsible behavior, because all are having difference of opinion and there is a clash in the values, there is a clash in the goals, there is a clash in the method of working. So, the person will have a kind of stress on their mind, which will have a negative effect on the productivity, and environment will not be congenial. On the other hand, conflict in personal life can lead to stress, loss of self-esteem, depression and general happiness. Once your ego is involved in a conflict, you jeopardize your ability to behave in a rational manner, because we were talking about the loss which a conflict brings to the organization. Now, we are talking about the loss which conflict brings in personal life. It can lead to stress and loss of self-esteem, and what will happen? The person will remain unhappy, and when you are frustrated and you are not thinking in a rational manner, it will jeopardize sort of your personality, because that time when you are frustrated, when your self-esteem is lost, you have a stress, you are unhappy, then what will happen? You will not be able to think in a rational manner, and when you are not thinking in a rational manner, it will stop your progress, your growth, as well as the growth of the institution or the organization and the society and the nation as a whole. See in this pic, the two persons or two groups, they want to pull the things to their side. So, this way, if it is with the case of the goals of the institution or the organization and people wants the things according to themselves, it will not take the company or the institution anywhere, rather there will be the conflicts only. So, this type of conflict will just break the reputation of the organization or the institution, and it will hamper the growth of the individuals also. So, conflicts are really bad. Even well-intentional people can become involved in ego conflict. Ego conflict escalates when one or both parties introduce personal or judgmental statement. According to Erikson's theory of psychosocial development, a conflict is a turning point during which an individual struggles to attain some psychological quality. sometimes referred to as a psychological crisis. This can be a time of both vulnerability and strength as the individual works towards success or failure. See, try to understand. When conflict arises, it can be positive or negative because it can lead you to success or it can take you to the failure. It all depends your personality. Now let us see what are the causes of conflict. First, we'll discuss personal causes. Ego states you interact with different people. The way you feel, think and behave may not match with other people because personally your ego is involved, and when you interact you feel that according to me this should be the goal, this should be the method of working. So when there is a clash in your thinking, in your feeling, and so what happens, you will start behaving in a different manner and it will create the conflict. It becomes a cause of conflict. Then value system. Different people work by choosing different methods. It shows the difference in value system of people. It can cause conflict because there is a difference in your values. Then socio-cultural factors. We are aware about the different socio-cultural background of people. We know that India is a multilingual, multicultural society. Here the people belong to different caste, different religion, different region, and family background is different. So this kind of difference, maybe caste, region or family, can be cause of conflict. We are aware that unnecessarily people are sometimes quarreling on the basis of caste or region and sometimes even on the basis of language. So this kind of differences may become a cause of conflict which are not good. Then if after the personal causes I talk about situational causes, sometimes it depends on the situation also. During the conflict, situation may heighten it or reduce it. Sometime when you ask two person how the conflict started, why you quarrel, then the person may say I never wanted to quarrel but it happened, situation was like this, meaning by the both of the parties say that we do not have such kind of intention but the situation was like this. Then interest conflict. Sometimes there occurs clash in interest of the persons, not because of basic nature but conflict generates due to situation. Then role ambiguity. When there is no role clarity, then the conflict arises. So causes of conflict can be poor communication, unfair treatment, unclear job roles, inadequate training, poor work environment, lack of equal opportunities, bullying and harassment, poor staff selection, noise, lack of privacy and irritable behavior, etc. can be the different causes. So there can be one cause of conflict or there can be more than one causes which I have mentioned. There can be a long list of causes. So as I spoke to you earlier in this session that the problem should be nipped in the beginning because we as an adult, we as a teacher, we as a stakeholder or we as a parent should notice the conflict in the initial phases. So the conflict in any form is really bad for the growth of the person as an individual or the society as a whole. So I hope by now it is clear to everyone that what do we mean by conflict and how it arises and what can be the different causes of conflict. Thank you.